Hello, my lovely Capricorns. I am Jessica from Willow Vine's Intuitive Vibes, and I am here to do your January 2020 reading. I'm not really focused on love, but it usually tends to be pretty prominent. So if I see anything else, career, finances, just your personal life in general, I will mention it. Excuse me. So keep in mind, this is a general reading. It will not apply to every single one of you. I wish I could do that, but I can't. If you'd like me to pick up on your personal energy, please email me. My email's in the box below, and I will gladly give you all the information you need for personal readings. It's on the community tab, as well as my website, and check me out on Patreon. So the energy that I'm sitting in right now, there was some other stuff I was going to say, which I normally do that, but for some reason I'm just like tapped right in. And who wants intros anyways? I'm feeling kind of, I don't know how to explain it. It's almost blank, like blank slate. So to me, with that feeling, it's a feeling or a sense of starting over. Whether you want to start over, clean slate, a relationship, start over with a past person, start a new career path. Some of you might even literally be thinking about packing your bags and moving to another state, country, whatever, just another zip code, excuse me, to get away from what has already happened, what has been, with like your current situation. So it's almost like, I feel like I want to go somewhere where nobody knows my name. I feel like for most of you, you're not actually going to pack up and move to do this. This could just be a mental state that you're in, kind of cleansing your energy and centering yourself, relaxing, just figuring out what you want and what you need from people, places, and things and situations, so that you do what's best for your highest good this year, instead of just settling. I feel like I don't want to settle. I know what I want, and if I don't know what I want, I need to figure out what I want so that I don't end up in bad situations, or around toxic or unhealthy people. So some of you could be, I just heard rehab, so there could be a few of you who, no matter what the addiction is, and it might not even be substance within your body, because there are addictions like gambling and shit like that aren't healthy for us, because it can affect our situation if we're out of money, and affects our stability and whatnot. But regardless of what's going on with the few people that I feel that with, and it could be someone you're connecting to, because I am dealing with energy. So if it's not you, it could be a friend, a family member, a lover, a past person, someone you want to be with, and it's not working out, and it just could be because they're dealing with this. I just feel like I can't catch my breath for some reason. I don't know why. So maybe some of you are, it's almost panic mode about this situation, whoever's going through the addiction side of things. I just feel like cleansing, like out with the old. I don't want to continue doing, there's a pattern, there's a cycle that's been going on with you or someone you're connecting to. But if it's someone you're connecting to, you're part of this cycle, and you don't want it to continue, because it's not a healthy cycle, whatever it is. So it does, your life, if I'm talking about love, career, or just family. It could be family and friendship dynamics, any relationship, because I almost get a sense that you're pulling away from everybody. For whoever this reading is for, I feel like you're isolating yourself, but you're not doing it in a negative way. You're doing it so that you can clear your mind, and center yourself, so you figure out what you want, which is what I basically said earlier. Clean slate is what I feel. So with that said, I don't know why the hell I can't catch my breath. I've just been sitting here. Like, it's not like I've been running up and down the stairs or anything. So it's that panicky anxiety feeling where it's just like, almost like running a marathon, and you're like, oh, I don't think I'm going to make it. I worked too hard. I pushed myself too hard. So some of you could have pushed yourself way too hard in a situation, especially if we're talking about work, or you could be just exercising yourself into the ground, which is not a healthy way to work out. So if anyone's dealing with an eating disorder, I could be picking up on that. I only say it because I feel it. I've been there. I've battled one my entire life. It's not bad now, but that's the feeling. I feel like I'm overexerting myself. So some of you could be doing that, just working too hard, and now it's almost like break time. I don't want to do this anymore. This is too much work. I need a break. So the overall energy and advice within this situation for you, my dears, is go the distance. I don't know if you can see that. So it's kind of like a desert landscape, and it's got a cheetah or a leopard or whatever kind of jumping over like a finish line. It's almost like having the extra stamina to win the race, to get to the finish line, to get to where you want to be. And I feel like this was last year. And it could be not just last year, like years prior, where it was like, go, 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 go. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to be with this person. I need to be with that person. I need to fix everything right now. And I kind of feel like you're sick of that, because whatever you were working really hard to get, or wherever you were working really hard to get to, it wasn't working out the way that you planned. And it's almost like you thought the end goal would be more rewarding than it is, or than it was. So it's almost like you felt like your hard work didn't pay off. Even if you achieved your quote-unquote goal, no matter what we're talking about, I almost feel like I put way too much effort into this for that. Like, what the fuck? So now this is a period of rest. This is you kind of hiding, isolating yourself. It's almost like, imagine a desert where the sun's beating down, there's no water, there's no nothing, and you're looking around like, what am I going to do? How am I going to survive this? You know, all the things that I need to live aren't here. And then, you know, mirages start appearing, and you're like, oh, this is good, there's water over here. So you start heading in that direction, and then you get there and it wasn't worth it. And that was all this, putting in all that energy, because you were either chasing someone else's dream that they had for you, that you really didn't want. You thought you wanted it, but you didn't. Or you were just chasing a fantasy, an ideal, and it didn't come to fruition the way that you wanted it to. So I feel disappointment here, and this is now like, I'm gonna hide my head in the sand. I'm gonna regain, collect my bearings, regain my sanity, and kind of start fresh and slow down. Like, what do I want? Do I really want this? Why should I fight for that person? Why should I fight for this job, or help this person, or whatever, if they're not going to be there for me, or if it's not going to better my life in some way, shape, or form? And I know that sounded kind of mean when I said it that way, because we're taught, or we should be, and I do believe that everyone should have a sense of selflessness. So that is caring for other people, that is helping other people, but you should only do that if you're helping yourself first, because you are the most important person in your life. I just told a friend this too, and she said, no, my children are the most important people, or the most important person in my life. And I said, yes, they're up there. They're very important because you created them, and they come from you, and of course you love them to death. They're your children. But, and this is how I put it towards her, or yeah, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. And this is how I said it. If you're not here, let's say you're not taking care of yourself, you're depressed, you're angry, you're hiding away, you're not there for your child when you're in that mind space. So therefore you're taking away from your child. You're teaching your child. They learn by example. So the example you're setting when you're in that mindset, it's not benefiting your child. Or if you're doing self-destructive things, whether it's within relationships, it could be an abusive relationship, it could have been the addiction stuff I was talking about. Whatever's unhealthy for you, what if you wind up dead? If you're not here, how are you going to take care of your child? Yes, they're important, but you need to take care of you first, because if you're not happy, they're not happy. If you're not healthy, they're not healthy. You know what I mean? Because you have to be okay with you to be able to take care of anybody else. So always put yourself first, in a sense. Don't be, you know, a selfish asshole. That's not what I'm getting at. But I feel like this time of reflection, this pulling away and figuring out what you need and what you want is really important. And it's an amazing thing for whoever this is for. You're actually seeing almost, it's almost like you're actually seeing what life is about. Like, it's not about the perfect partner. It's not about the perfect job. It's about how you feel inside, no matter what situation you're in and no matter who you're around. I hope that makes sense, because I kind of went off on a tangent. I'm going to shuffle a couple more times, and I've had so much coffee, I might talk really quick, and I'm getting kind of shaky all of a sudden, so I don't know if I haven't even had a full cup, so it can't be that. Maybe some of you are nervous about this transition in your life, about things changing for you. And change is nerve-wracking, especially if it's major change. Whether it's within yourself or just your environment or both, it can be pretty scary. So let's see, why is Capricorn taking a step back and processing everything around them? What is that? The Emperor. Can you see that? Beautiful. That's Aries energy, fire energy. But this is standing in your power. The Emperor in the upright that's the best way to see him. To me, I feel like you're taking charge of your situation. You're taking charge of your life, your circumstance, and you want to change it. Because we have, like, behind him, there's a fire, like a wildfire going on. Some of you could be out on the West Coast, like California, if you live in the USA, where you deal with wildfires and stuff like that. I don't know, that just popped in my head, so that just might be confirmation that this message is for you, if that makes sense to you, because you could have dealt with it. Could have been really, like, right around the corner from your home. But regardless of that, I feel like, well, yeah, because you'd have to rebuild and not really know what to do and have to take charge of your situation to recover from a situation like that. So it very well that could be a message for somebody. But anyways, this is just the Emperor. He knows his worth. He loves himself, and he's a take charge kind of person. He tends to like to control situations. So I feel like some of you could have taken that to an extreme, especially last year, like taking control of your life, but maybe not in the proper way. And you're seeing that now. You're harnessing that energy better. But this is very powerful, and he knows when he needs a break. He knows when there's a cycle that needs to be changed. He knows that he can recognize it. There we go. And he knows that you don't have to be with somebody. You don't have to have this. You don't have to have that. You can be by yourself and be successful. And this is him standing alone, thinking, processing. What do I do next? I have all the tools I need. I'm a powerful motherfucker. I can get through this. I will get through this. With or without help, I can do it on my own kind of energy. And I feel like that's what you're standing in right now. So you're doing a lot of self-work. And this, to me, this overall energy is just about you. So people can call you selfish all they want if you are ignoring phone calls and kind of keeping to yourself. You're doing it for your own sanity. And there's nothing wrong with that. So this is very independent, healing energy, and I love it. I love it. So what brought us to this point, Cappy? I was going to only pull 3 cards, but these flew out, so I just took it. So we have the 3 of Cups. And when I look at this, the first thing I heard is Mardi Gras. So there could have been a situation. I don't know if Mardi Gras has come up yet. No, I don't think so. I can't remember the date of Mardi Gras. But anyways, there's either something that happened during a Mardi Gras festival, or it's coming up. This is past energy, so if that holiday hasn't hasn't come this year, I want to, what the fuck, date, whatever, dates don't matter. But anyways, if it hasn't come up this year, something happened last year around that time, just for somebody, because I feel like that's a very small message, the Mardi Gras thing. So if that's for you, you'll know. And then we have the Empress. So now we have counterparts, in a sense. So this could have been a breakup. Could have been somebody who got between the two of you, because she can also represent the other woman sometimes, or I mean feminine energy. So male female doesn't matter, it's just energy. We have feminine energy and masculine. This could also be the balance within yourself, like, you know, I've been sitting in my feminine energy, taking care of everyone but myself. Now I'm going to be more masculine, you know. So it's balancing that out, and you might be seeing that finally. But anyways, and then we have the Ace of Cups reversed. So I do feel like this was a breakup, an end to a relationship of some kind. I do feel that there was a third energy, so there was an outside energy that came in between you and someone in the past. Could have been recent past, could have been past, could have been an on and off thing as well for some of you. But I do feel like there was a breakup, there was an ending on the relationship front. For some of you, I do feel like there was something that you wanted to celebrate. There was a celebration of sorts. It could have been a reconciliation with an ex that just didn't pan out. You were very happy about it at the time, and it just kind of fizzled out for whatever reason. Each and every one of you have a different reason for breaking up or breaking up again with somebody. I just feel like falling out of love, or there's not enough love here to keep things going. And it was almost like this was the last try for you with this person. So there's that group of you. And then for others of you, if we're talking about business or a creative idea, whether it's a hobby or you actually, you know, own your own business, or this is just where you work, I feel like you were very happy at one point in a career that you had at least last year, and you put a lot of energy in with the Empress. Like, you really nurtured this position because it was what you thought you wanted. And it might have been, when I set up here initially, it might have been something that other people wanted for you, and you just took that on thinking, yeah, this is good for me. And then you found out, this doesn't make me happy. This isn't what I want. So there was an end to a relationship for some of you. There was a reconciliation with an ex and then an ending for others of you. And I do feel that third party energy, because there was an external person involved that broke the two of you up, no matter what the situation is. And then that job situation, like I said, nurturing something that you really weren't feeling, you know. And some of you might just want to go out on your own, and you're trying to process, like business wise, how do I get my business off the ground? How do I do this on my own? So you're kind of sitting back and waiting. So why is the Three of Cups here, please? Okay. Well, no, I can take them both. No, I'm not. Sorry. So the Nine of Cups showed itself. This is wish fulfillment. I mean, hell, there's a genie coming right out of there, out of the smoke and the cups. So this was something that fulfilled you at one point in time, whether it was a relationship or a job or just a craft, because I do have all those scenarios. So I almost feel like it was, you had been hoping, wishing, and praying that somebody was going to come back into your life in the recent past. And I have a feeling they did. But it worked out. It's almost like history repeated itself. The ending was very similar to the ending the first time around, especially if you were dealing with an ex-person. If this is someone that you thought that you manifested, and you very well could have, you might have thought that they were your dream come true, and then you found out that they were more of a nightmare. So this was wishful thinking on your part, definitely. But you were happy at one point with whoever this person is, or whatever this situation was. So why is the Empress here, please? I'm going to say why is the Empress and the Ace of Cups reversed? Because I have a feeling they're very connected. I feel like there was the external energy that ended a relationship for you, whether it was someone whether it was an ex or just someone you met and dated. And then this is just you not being satisfied with the job that you had put a lot of time, energy, and effort into at one point because you thought that was the direction you needed to go in. And then we have the Hierophant reverse. So yeah, exactly. It's an end to a relationship or a job. Like I said, those two scenarios are kind of going hand in hand for me right now. I strongly feel two groups of people, and you'll know if it was a reconciliation with an ex or if it was just an ending to a relationship with somebody that you met last year. Excuse me. But this is also like a hierarchy where it's a business. So I do feel like some of you just were not happy with the status quo. It wasn't fulfilling you. You were putting too much time, energy, and effort into a career path, into a job that wasn't. It's almost like I feel like it was the people there, your boss, your pay. It wasn't matching your efforts, so it kind of discouraged you, but you also didn't enjoy the job. So if it's job related, you definitely weren't feeling it. But there was an end to a relationship here, definitely. Some of you ex, some of you not. So the current situation, because this is what brought us to this situation right now, is the Four of Wands reversed. So this is instability. It's the end to a relationship. You just feel like your situation isn't stable enough right now, or either you are not stable. Either you or the person you're connecting to, if we're talking about a relationship, was not stable enough to make this commitment work. And it broke down because whatever's meant to be will be, and if it's not, it will crumble. So a tower moment could have came in last year, especially towards the end of the year, that, I don't know, it's almost like it just put a bunch of truth in your face. You know, like, do you really want this? Does this really fulfill you? Because you were not fulfilled over here with whatever situation we're talking about. Some of you, this is also, I'm not happy in my home life, in my home situation. Like I said in the very beginning, some of you want a clean slate. You want to pack your bags and move to some place, a different area code, zip code, whatever, where nobody knows your name. Like, start fresh kind of thing. I almost feel like with the clean slate thing, if you want to relocate, whether you're going to actually act on it or not, if it's just something that you're pondering because you're like, I've outgrown the place, the people in the area that I'm in. If that's the case, I get almost this small town vibe where everybody knows your fucking business. So if you walk into, I don't know, if you walk into a store and you fart, the whole town fucking knows. Like, it's that small, and everybody knows everybody, and everybody's a gossip, and they talk about your business and your shit, and, so if John broke up with you, or Janet broke up with you, male, female, whatever, Susan down the road's gonna know, and then if Betty Boop over here starts dating your ex, it's going to come back around. It's almost like there's no secrets in this town, and somebody is very fed up with this small town bullshit. So I do feel like this strong desire to pull away, to be alone, to go out on my own, because I need this. I need this. So let's see. Can I get more on this Four of Wands, please? Hold on, I need a sip of my coffee. I'm going to shake the camera. I have my camera set up on my wrapping paper container. Yeah, I need a tripod. It is what it is. Sorry. Anyways, gotta do what you gotta do, I jury rig it. So, Four of Wands reverse, please. What is that song? It's starting to play in my head. To the desert, but the desert was dry. What is that song? Oh my god, I can't think of it, but like the melody, there's a song that's playing in my head, but I can't think of the lyrics, and it's something like, it went to the river, but the river was dry. it's an older song. I need to shuffle again. And it's kind of going with the desert theme, so it's almost like, if you think of what I just said, like went to the river, but the river was dry. It's like you went, it's that mirage that I was talking about before. You had high hopes or expectations of someone or a situation or something in general, and it wasn't what it appeared to be. You went down there to be like, to quench your thirst, to replenish something, to feel better, and there was nothing there when you got there, kind of energy. Some of you, I don't know, this just popped in my head, and I feel like this could be for one person, maybe a tiny group. This Four of Wands here is for somebody, this is one scenario, for somebody who wanted, okay, long distance relationship. You met online, you ended up traveling to this person to have a date, to move to their town so you could date, so it wouldn't be long distance, and everything they promised you was bullshit because they were probably with somebody else, because that third party energy. So you basically packed up everything and you left for a mirage, for something that was false, for something that wasn't stable, and that person really hurt you, so it's making you reconsider your judgments. That could be for somebody, just FYI. Not for, that's not the main story, but it popped in my head, so I'm gonna say it. And if that's the case, shame on whoever the fuck did that to you, because that is fucking horrible. The Sun reversed, yeah, that definitely happened to somebody. This is not being happy, not having the clarity that you need. And then we have the travel card, so yeah, that popped in my head for a reason. Some of you definitely packed up your shit and went to have your happily ever after with somebody, and they were already in a commitment, and they totally lied to you because they probably didn't take you seriously. I don't know, or they're just a sociopath or something, because that's just such a shitty thing to do to somebody. Just, I don't know. But this is not knowing what to do about the end of a situation. So this is not having clarity on, like, for example, if we're talking about money and career, finances, this is not knowing how to regain your footing, regain your stability, because either you lost your job or you're sick of your job, you're not happy in it, and it doesn't feel, it's not providing the income that you want or that you've wanted, and you're ready to leave. So you're trying to take charge and think, how do I get out of this position so that I can find a job I really like, or so I can start my own business, something that will make me happy and provide me stability. For some of you, you're sick and tired of relying on somebody else, whether it is your parents, a family member of some kind, bouncing around from one friend's couch to another, or going from relationship to relationship, or just sticking to one unhealthy relationship that you're not happy in because of stability, because you feel like you're not independent enough to be on your own. So take which scenario fits for you, because I'm feeling them all. I feel like this reading is going to hit a lot of Capricorns because I have so many different messages coming in. These cards really want to speak today, I'm just telling you what. But ultimately, this is, I feel like if we're talking about love, there was a relationship, didn't work out. There are still secrets too. There are things that are hidden from you that you don't know, and you want to have clarity on them, and you're not happy about it. And you might be thinking, hey, I want out now. I need to be by myself because this is so unstable. And others of you are just thinking about all the shit that happened in this past situation, the most recent breakup that you had, whether it was with an ex or a new person. But you're definitely sitting in your feelings. You're focused on yourself. You're trying to heal. You want to be more independent and make the right choices. So I feel like there's definitely a change within yourself that is coming. It's almost like I don't know how to achieve it. I know, like, I'm getting closer to what I want and to the direction I want to be in, but there's still some uncertainties here. So the near future outcome or whatever, within a month's time of when you view this. So this could happen the end of January, early February, unless you're watching this, in June, and then, could go into July kind of thing. Anyways, time is fluid, so within a month's time. We have the Star reversed. So this is a need to heal, a need for healing, which is what you're working on, and I feel like that's the most prominent message within this reading. But it's also not being happy in your current situation, which we see here. You're not happy with a person, place, or thing, something. Whatever went wrong in the recent past, you're trying to change that whole dynamic because you were not happy. And then we have, what is this? The Seven of Cups reversed. This is a decision. So you're healing from a past decision that you made. And this is also gaining clarity. You could have also received some of this clarity could have come to you in a dream. So through your spirituality, like maybe you're opening up energetically to spirit more. Because I do know that a lot of you tend to be readers yourselves when you watch YouTube. Or readings on YouTube, I should say. But it's almost being blocked because of external shit that's happened to you, and you're blocking yourself off from things. But in the future, I feel like you're working on opening back up so that you can find the answers that you need, so you know what direction to head in. But this is working on gaining clarity and healing from past shit. And then we have the Eight of Cups in the upright. So this is walking away. It's walking away from something good to go to something better, usually. But sometimes it's walking away from just the bullshit and just from everything. So, say for example, the whole situation of relocating, like you just feel like you don't want to be in the same area anymore. I totally just heard someone, and I'm home alone. I swear the activity in this house goes fucking nuts when I read. I live in a really old house. Anyways, what was I saying? I almost feel like it's like walking away from something good to go to something better, not necessarily. So it's like it's almost like the clean slate, like what I was talking about. Things might not be perfect where you're at, because you had a broken relationship, your job isn't working out, maybe your family treats you like shit, you might not have any friends, and that might be why you're isolating yourself, or the friends that you do have, they're just not healthy for you, you've outgrown them, so you kind of want to go on your own and explore and meet new people. So that could be where you're walking away from something good to go to something better. You're walking away from people, yeah, they may have helped you in your past, certain friendships, but I feel like this is you outgrowing it and moving on. Outgrowing ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends, friends, family, even family members. Because even though blood is thicker than water, if you have a family member, whether it's your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your cousin, whatever, doesn't matter who they are, if it's a family member who is toxic, and like either they're self-destructive within themselves, or they just take everyone down with them because misery loves company, or if they just belittle you because they don't like any of your life choices, those are the types of people you leave behind. It does not matter if they're family. It's hard, it sucks, but your life will be so much better without those types of people, no matter who they are to you. And I feel like you're seeing this. You're finally focusing on you. Because like I said in the beginning, you are the most important person in your own life. Take care of you first, Capricorn. So, let's see. Why is the star reversed here, please? I feel like things are just not working out like you thought they would. And you're finally seeing this, so you're walking away. It's like, I've outgrown every single person in this area. I've outgrown you, and I'm not dating you again. I've outgrown this friendship because you're selfish, and I'm always doing this, that, and the other for you, and when I need you, you weren't fucking there. So it's like, you're seeing this, and you don't want to be part of it anymore, which is very healthy. It's hard. It sucks. It can cause you to question your motives, question yourself, question your actions, because you might not have all the answers. You're just flying on faith, and it can be upsetting. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to let people go. Oh, wait, too. With the star. Okay. So clarifying the star, we have the King of Cups reversed with the Star card in the upright. So this is healing on an emotional level, and I also feel like it's healing from somebody who was emotionally manipulative to you, whether it was a lover, a family member, or a friend. Yeah, this is you walking away from somebody who was trying to keep you stuck. Especially, it's almost like the hamster wheel in your head, like they were keeping you mentally trapped, but it's emotional manipulation. Like, if you leave, you're gonna fail. You can't leave me, I need you. It's laying on the guilt trip really hard because you better them. You help this person so much, and you've given so much to whoever the hell this is. Could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or an Aquarius. But regardless of that, I feel like you've helped whoever this is so much throughout your lifetime, even. I mean, because this could go back past last year, past 2019 or whatever. But I feel like you've stayed stuck because of somebody who belittled the shit out of you. And some of you could be dealing with depression, like not severe depression, but just kind of not woe is me, but why and how. Why did this happen? Why did they treat me that way? How did I let this happen? How did I not see this kind of thing? So you're healing from it because you're finally seeing your worth. You have all the answers you need regarding this situation, regarding these people, or this job, and you're not going to let anyone sucker you back into staying or coming back because you're seeing what they're doing now. I don't know if that makes sense, but Seven of Cups reversed, please. Why is this here? And this one's going to be longer than I planned. And that's way too much, but whatever, I'll take it. So this can go hand in hand with everything. This is the King of Pentacles reversed with the Seven of Cups in the upright and Judgment in the upright. So there was an unstable situation. You have clarity on somebody who was unstable. Somebody could have been stealing from you as well. Or if we're talking about a job, like I said, you just weren't getting the pay that you felt was necessary or what you're worth. Especially if you were putting in your all and it just wasn't making you happy. So that job, you're like, fuck this, I'm out. You're a little confused. You wanted more clarity, more answers, more concrete evidence. So no matter what situation we're talking about, love, business, whatever, family, friends, you were very confused about the actions of somebody. Probably this emotional manipulator over here. The stability of a situation. This could be an end to a marriage as well, because he's a husband figure, but he does not give. I just heard you didn't protect me. So there could have been a situation where you feel jaded and disrespected because somebody should have protected you from the world or from the situation. So some of you could have issues with your father, especially with the King of Pentacles and the Emperor here. That's very fatherly energy. It's definitely masculine, but there's confusion around it, and you were forced, once you got this clarity, whatever answer came to you, no matter how it came to you, how you found out, when this clarity came, it's sending you in a different direction. It allowed you to make a judgment call for your highest good. And I feel like you're still in the processing phase right now. Like, this is what's happening now. You're still confused. You're trying to make a decision to better your life, to better your situation, to not go through the same cycles that you've always gone through in love and life, just whatever. And just, how do I get away? I just heard. So some of you might be thinking, how do I end this relationship? It's not stable. I'm not happy. How do I get the fuck out of here? I don't know what to do. I have no one to help me. I pushed everyone away because this motherfucker took control of my life. That could definitely be for somebody, because whatever this love situation is, it was definitely a facade. It's like wish fulfillment for one, but not the other. So yeah, This is making you walk away. And then we have the underlying issue, especially relationship standing. This could be within yourself as well. It's just the shadow side. We have uncomfortable, manipulation, which I felt that, and I said that especially with the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups in the reverse. That's definitely emotional manipulation, and you're trying to heal from that and get away. And then forceful. So someone is being very forceful in your life. They're trying to manipulate what decisions you make, what direction you go in, who you date, where you work, you know, everything. And it leaves you up in your head like, you know it's not healthy, you know it's not stable, because I feel this right here. I feel the, you know, I need to be alone, the isolation. For some of you, you could be dating someone, an abuser, whether it's emotional abuse, physical, or all of the above. I do feel like this person plays head games, whoever they are, and it's leaving you in a very uncomfortable position because you want out, you want to be by yourself to an extent, and I feel like you have no friends to talk to. This person could have isolated you to the point where you're like, I don't know what to do, like, you're forcing all this shit on me. It's not healthy. I'm so confused. I just want to get the hell out of Dodge. So I feel like you are definitely going to overcome whatever the situation is, whether it's a relationship or work or whatever, family. It just could be family. This could just be a very controlling parent, male, female, whatever. I do feel father. So if it's not your actual father, it could be your stepfather, it could be your grandfather, depending on your situation, or the father of your children who is just trying to keep you under his thumb. And for men, it just could be a female in your life who is heavily in their masculine energy right now, with that powerful, forceful stance, because we harness both masculine and feminine, like I said. But yeah, somebody is definitely trying to manipulate you or the situation to go in their favor, and it's leaving you in this unhappy, uncomfortable state. So you're pulling away from the world. So what this person wants to say to you, or what you would like to say to them, depending on your stance, is, I wish I could take back the things I said. So I feel like this goes hand in hand with you walking away. So somebody did say something they shouldn't have said. They hurt you in some way, shape, or form. It could be an ex, which is why we have this unstable, unhappy situation, and why I feel that solitude, you know, being by yourself. You could be reflecting on this. So somebody wants to apologize for the shit they said. Whether they mean it or not, I'm not sure. Emotional manipulation. People can act sincere just to get what they want sometimes. So just be careful, follow your intuition with this person, no matter who they are to you. And then something is still missing for me, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. I feel like this is what you are saying to friends, family, whoever you need to say it to, because with this sun reversed, it's like, what do I want my life to look like? What direction do I want to go in? What do I need? This is independent energy, trying to figure out what you want, with or without anybody. Like, what do I need for just myself? So that's definitely what you want to tell someone, Capricorn, unless the energy is vice versa. And then we have, please don't take what happened personally. It's not you, it's me. I feel like this one is what you want to say to those around you if you're leaving. Whether you're leaving a relationship, a job, a town, a family, whatever you're contemplating walking away from, or whatever you have walked away from, I feel like it's coming, it hasn't happened yet. So whatever you're thinking about walking away from, or whoever, you're basically letting them know that you need to work on yourself, that you need to focus on you, and that it has nothing to do with them. So I feel like this is for a small group of you. This isn't for, if you're dealing with an abusive partner or family member, or just, you know, abrasive people in general that you know aren't good for you. This message is not what you're saying to them. This is for some, you know, for the people who haven't harmed you, and like the friends who really do care, the family members who are there for you when you're pulling away and kind of isolating yourself, this is what you want to say to them, like, I need to work on me. I can't be around you right now. I don't want outside influences to corrupt my thinking, to corrupt my future plans. Like, I need to do this on my own. It's not you, it's me. So that's what I feel with that. I really hope that this made sense for you, Cappy. I was really drawn to do this reading for you, especially now. And what's funny is I don't ever watch Oprah, but I was clicking through videos and shit on YouTube, and there was this one interview that Oprah did with this mother and her son. And her son, they thought that he could have been like a psychopath or just had some mental illness going on, because he would have severe temper tantrums, and he actually tried to stab his mother. I mean, it was a very unsafe situation with this child. And anyways, when he was explaining why he acted that way, even at 7 years old, he was saying it's all this negative energy, and that he's sensitive, and that the reason why he's doing better and why he hasn't had an outburst, and why he isn't thinking those negative thoughts, and why he hasn't acted on any negative emotions whatsoever, is because of letting in the light, is what he said. It's all about love and light. So when you protect yourself, and you need to, and I'm not just talking about protecting yourself against spiritual attacks and stuff. I'm talking about protecting yourself energetically against other people. Because even going to the store, there are people who are in a bad mood, who are depressed, and all these negative emotions, whatever's going on in their life, that turmoil, if you're sensitive, you feel it. You take it on as your own without even realizing it. And that's what this 7-year-old boy was talking about, to the point where all of a sudden I'm like, I gotta read for Capricorn. So to me, watching that and then having this reading, it's showing me that there's somebody out there who needs to put their barriers up energetically against the people around them. So don't take on other people's problems as your own. It's easier said than done, I know, but regardless of them even talking to you, just, you know, when you walk into a room and you just automatically know someone's upset or something bad happened in that space, I feel like you're a sponge for someone. You're literally soaking up that energy, and it's causing all this inner turmoil and uncertainty and unhappiness within you. And that's why there's isolation as the main point in this reading. So I feel like it's learning how to deal with those energies and protect yourself against people who don't really mean you well. And even if they don't mean you well, just their energy in general, like the public's energy. I hope that makes sense. But I just wanted to let you know, because I don't know, it's just weird how I was watching that, and then the way this reading kind of came out, and you were the sign that popped in my head. So it was definitely meant for you. But that is what I have for you, my loves. If you liked it, if it made sense, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. The more you interact with me, the more apt I am to pick up on your energy. Hit me up for a personal. I do have openings. And I just love you guys. I hope you had a wonderful new year, and that all of you stayed safe, and that you have a blessed 2020. And I will talk to you so much more this year. So there is beautiful and wonderful things to come. So stick with me. I love you guys.